There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Faded Oasis. Thank you for tuning into my stream here on twitch.tv/Faded Oasis or watching the VOD on youtube.com/at Faded Oasis. It's Maker Monday, and I'm a bit low energy today, but that's fine. I am going to turn all of what you see here into art. Uh, it won't be art while I'm making it, but it will be when I'm done. I don't know how art works. I'm not an art major or a philosophy major. That doesn't. Uh, Today is, yeah, Maker Monday, like I said. You can see the Hanafuda card right here. This is the Hanafuda card for September. The sake cup in front of Chrysanthemums. And I did not realize that Chrysanthemums had so many petals, so this might take a while. Hi, Destiny and Sil, how are you? You don't think anyone knows how art works? That's fair. Some artists claim to. Um, so I need to get music on because I can't sit here in silence. Um, Play. There we go, and then lower this down a bit. How's that? Once it comes in, that's good. Okay. An invisible statue once sold for 14,000 euros. I mean, I'm not in this for the capitalism aspect. I'm not gonna sell my art. I'm just here to cut paper and glue it to other paper. And honestly, I'm here to make 12 pieces of framed artwork of Hanafuda cards to put on my wall. That's why I'm doing this. So yeah, this Hanafuda card, I can. So last month was easy. Last month I made my absolute favorite Hanafuda card, which is the full moon in August, and it is like absolutely stunning in its simplicity. The actual card looks like this, and I love this. Unfortunately, September is a bit more complicated no matter which card I chose. So for those that don't know, Hanafuda cards are these very small cardboard, like thicker than playing cards, cardboard pieces that were used for gambling back in Japan when gambling was made illegal. And they made these cards with no numbers, no symbols, just flowers and pieces of artwork, so that if anyone stopped them and said, "Hey, let me look through your stuff uh, and look for anything that's illegal," they would just see all of this artwork and ask, "What is this?" "Oh, it's just artwork that I like," and I go around, you know, showing people the artwork. And then they would go into the back rooms of some shop somewhere and gamble with this, because there are basically 12 suits of similar plants. So I can pull up, like, these three are, I believe, January, the pines, and then these two are August, along with the one you saw there. There are four of each plant. With different symbols on them. Some of them had like ribbons like that, or ribbons, or poetry ribbons. Some of them have animals like this boar or this bird, and they would basically just make games based off of what suits you drew, or what months you drew, what plants you drew, and everything like that. So I chose a good representation of a year based off of what I thought was a good variety of Hanafuda cards throughout the months. These are the ones I've already made. And then, I guess, spoilers, these are the upcoming for October, November, December. Let me put this stuff back. One week without game purchases. Destiny, I'm proud of you. Going to the game shop tomorrow, so who knows? Oh. Well, stay strong. My mom had a set of these, and I always thought they were so pretty. They are very pretty. I fell in love with Hanafuda card. As soon as I learned how to play Hanafuda, I fell in love with the artwork. Which also I realized that I fell in love with learning Japanese games with obscure rules, because I also fell into Mahjong about the same time. And Mahjong is like Rummy, but with a bunch of extra things on top to basically simplify it. Alright. Enough stalling, getting into September. Step 1, I need to cut my construction paper down, because the background is too big. I normally do this part before stream, but I was feeling low energy. Didn't want to do anything. Not that familiar with the Japanese rule set. Yeah, Riichi Mahjong is... I don't know the American or Chinese rule sets of Mahjong at all. Riichi Mahjong is... It's very similar to Jin Rummy, the card game. Except you need your hand to have a specific... they call it a yaku. It's more of like a rule that you meet, and there are a lot of different yaku. Like one of them is have all triplets, or have every set that you have a 1, a 9, or a wind or a dragon in it. You know, stuff like that. The easiest one is to... Not the easiest one. The one I teach and the one I go for most often is just called Riichi, which is you don't call anyone's tiles at all, and then when you are one away, you declare that you are one tile away from winning. You declare you're one tile away from winning, and put up a bet of 1,000 points to like say, I think I'm gonna win. Actually, the easiest ones are probably like get 3 of a dragon tile or 3 of your seat's wind. Same with other rule types, probably. I thought I might be wrong about this, but I thought I read somewhere that the American rule set for what the special hands were changed. That you needed, like, every few years or something, so you needed to stay updated with what counted as a hand. Is it not every few years? Japanese rules just slightly different and harder, yeah. Like the American tiles, or American game uses the flower tiles, which I've never used. So. Okay. So, as usual, I have my... you kind of like the flower ones? Yeah, the Japanese Riichi Mahjong doesn't use the flower tiles. They use the numbers 1 through 9 in 3 suits, all 4 winds, and all 3 dragons. But that's it. Almost complete Lego Indiana Jones. That's cool. 4 out of 26 Lego games done and ready to be reviewed. That's nice. Good luck with that. There are too many Lego games. I guess I technically played a Lego game, although it's more of a Lego DLC. I've been playing Forza Horizon 4. Now that they were shutting down their weekly goal thing. So I got in on the last week of that, and then I started playing. They have a Lego DLC for it. So I got myself a Lego... I guess a Lego Mini, as in the car, the Mini, and then a Lego knock a Lego Ferrari probably. That thing drives like butts. I need to upgrade it. So yeah, like normally I have the physical card here made by Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo made these cards. That's actually how they started as a company, making Hanafuda cards 100 years ago. And then on screen over here, right there, that is the Wikipedia version, which is a like slightly simpler and more high resolution version. And as usual, I'm gonna try and go off of the Wikipedia version, and then maybe use this Nintendo version as a reference. I'm just looking at this now. This is going to be a lot of layers for the chrysanthemum in the front. The one up top seems easy, but the one in the front is I'm going to be cutting out all of those petals and then layering them on top of each other. But let's get the gray cut out first. Actually, you know what? I should get the sake cup cut out first, because that's the most prominent piece. You've never watched the Indiana Jones films? I have seen parts of at least one of them, but I'm not sure which one. I don't know. Never really been that interested in... where's my eraser? I don't know. They're like action movies, or well, not like full action movie. I know Indiana Jones doesn't come in there with like an automatic machine gun and start shooting people, but it's like an action movie, and I'm not really that fond of action movies, I guess. How big do I want this to be? It's going to be at least half the page wide, so probably to there. To about down here. Every time this song plays, Abandoned Town, it reminds me of the Dot Hack games music. I know the Dot Hack games music did not sound like this, but it reminds me of it. It seems too thin to have the character in the center. Yeah, I don't think this section's gonna work. Let's just go up here. Is that too wide? It's a bit too wide. That seems good. We'll just do the same thing on the upside down. Not quite the same, but I think that's good enough for it to be like this. Yeah. And we'll make the depth of the bowl. I guess it's a cup. I don't know. Not being an alcohol drinker means I don't exactly know. This is probably like a traditional sake cup that it's probably like wide to let it warm and let the flavor come through better, or I guess the smell or something to make it taste better. If I had to guess, it'll be like a shallow dish. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Okay, and then the kanji. So, the kanji on the Wikipedia page looks very straightforward. The kanji of this, if I can get it up there, let me focus that in better. The kanji on the Nintendo card looks way more complicated, and I'm not going to be able to replicate that very well without lots of practice with like an ink brush. And all I've got is Sharpies, so I'm going to be doing the simpler one. So it's... Oh, what's the stroke order here? It's probably top stroke and then... No, it's definitely top stroke first, the horizontal one. At least one of them, maybe two of them, then the vertical. Then the other two horizontal. I don't know. I've always been bad at stroke order. This seems like it'll work. Okay, now... Do I want to try... drawing the kanji before I glue it down? Because normally I glue everything down, then do all the ink lines. But I think for this, I do want to try... Because if I screw it up after it's glued down, I'm not going to be able to redraw it. Move this out of the way just in case there's any bleed. I don't like where I put that first line. I think it goes up here, maybe. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this bigger on screen. There we go. And now I can Now I can use my stream to look at it, so I'm not looking over that often. I'd say that's pretty good. The space between these two lines is probably a little wide, but yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut it out because I don't want to do the sake bowl lines until it's glued down. And it's going to be one of the last pieces to be glued down, probably, since it goes on top of the chrysanthemum. Alright, it's been a while since I've played Koi Koi, which is one of the common games to play with Hanafuda cards. Let's see if I remember the rules from heart. So, it's a two-player game. You shuffle the stack of all 48 cards, and then deal 8 to each player and 8 face up in the center. And then players take turns what is it? You play a card from your hand, and if the month of the card matches the month of any of the face-up cards, you take both. If the month doesn't match, you leave your card in the middle. And then, whether you match or not, you reveal the top card of the deck, and if it matches a center card, you take those. If not, it goes in the middle. So you're trying to make pairs. And then points are based on the symbols on the cards, where generally animals are worth 10 points. Are animals 10 or are animals 5? I don't know. There are 5 special cards worth 20 points. Animals are 10, ribbons are 5, and every other card is worth 1. Ribbons being the poetry ribbons. There are some other cards that count as animals just for scoring. So the sake cup itself counts as an animal card. I guess it's not an animal. It's like there's a word for it. But all of the animals are in that category. And then there are special combinations of cards that are worth extra points. For example, having 3 of the 20 point cards. I guess those point values aren't for Koi Koi, are they? They're just categories of cards. There are 5... Hold on. Now it's pissing me off and I'm gonna look it up. Let me make this smaller again. Koi Koi. Right, there are these hands that are worth different point values. So, for example, Inoshikacho is having the boar card, the deer card, and the butterfly card. And then that combination is worth 5 points. And then, I guess it's kind of like Mahjong in that you need the special hands in order to score. Having 5... are they called moon cards? They don't all have moons on them. Hikari, the 20 point cards. Yeah, having at least 3 up to 5 cards are worth money. But the sake card itself is important because there are multiple combinations that are just like this one's Tsukimi Zake, moon viewing. If you have the August moon card and the sake cup, that's a combination. And then the one right below it, cherry blossom viewing, if you have the cherry blossom card, which I made for March, and the sake cup, that's also a combination. So the reason why I chose the sake cup in September is the card itself is one of the more important cards in Koi Koi. Because it's the only card that allows for 2 card combos that get you points. And multiple of them. And you can score multiple. If you have the moon and the cherry blossom card, cherry blossom curtain card, and the sake cup, you get both of those double points. Okay, I guess what is that on the bottom? Is that supposed to be like a bush or grass? I guess I can make that first. So this is going like here. You'll just be down here. Alright. Just wanted a clean piece of gray here without that extra scrap. So it's kind of just like wavy. Which I should do. That's about the shape I want, so I'll just make the waves around that. I always have problems cutting all the way through with an X-Acto knife. I always feel like I'm putting enough pressure, but I'm obviously not. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. So I guess then the branches, huh? This is going to be weird because there are actually so many different separate items on this card. I need the 2 branches, the 3 leaves, the 2 chrysanthemums, plus the 1 stem, and then the clouds. Oh, and I need the yellow section down here. I should do that next. And that's going to be super weird. I guess this is the best way, huh? Kind of needs to come up from here, though. And it's a little bit wavy, but not as wavy. Oh, this is... I keep trying to work here, which is like halfway under the card that I'm displaying. How is shuffling done? I'm pretty sure you put them all face down and then do like a pile shuffle, similar with Mahjong tiles. Because they're a very, not very rigid, but they're cardboard. So you can't really like bend them to riffle shuffle. So... And the fact that they're not that large, height or width-wise, means that, you know, if you start to bend them, they're going to crease. So you don't even want to try that, really. Is it down here? No, it was up here. It was like that, right? Yeah, it looks right. So I'm actually going to glue these 2 together right now. There. Let me erase everything off the gray first. So I left a few light lines. Just clean up a burr that was there. Okay. So I guess I glue the gray, huh? Since it'll be on the back side and I don't want to... Yeah. All right, perfect. All right, press that down a little bit. Let that dry a little bit and figure out how to cut out branches. So this is going here. The one branch going up to about here. So the split between them will be about here. And then this one comes out and then up and over. Not like quite like that. That seems right. Let's cut it out and see how it looks. I can do scissors for this. Okay. Push these away. Okay, so obviously the branches are a little long, but that's fine because they're going to go behind the other elements. I might trim them a bit before I glue it, but that looks pretty good. Okay, the 3 gray leaves, I guess. Okay, some main... There's the main section in the middle that has 3 curves, and then each side has an additional 2. And what's the scale of these? These have to be pretty small if I want to fit all of them. So maybe 2 inches long, I guess. Do I draw the lines in the leaves first and then around it to basically give the leaf structure? Maybe. I haven't done that before, but hey, let's try it. And let's say that that line's going to be the 2-inch long one, so... like that, and then we have from about here we go lower, so they go like here, here, and then one side has an extra one. Oh, but they go more upward, not outward, I guess, slightly. I guess they're not perfectly straight either, they're slightly curved. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then almost from the base, we get the side branches at almost the same angle as those. And then like one branch up. No, not like that. It goes to here. Kind of the same thing this side. And then from further down we go out. Kind of more upward than out. Yeah. And then from there I can build the leaf structure around it. It's probably a little too high. Okay, it looks wrong. Oh, I see. These come in more. So it'd be more like this. I'm gonna hold this up to my screen so I can see what the hell I'm doing here. Yeah, that's pretty good. This probably needs to come out a bit more. Yeah, that looks better. Less flat on top. Alright, so now I just need to do a similar thing twice more. And I guess I can worry a little bit less about the exact shape. Because they're kind of just blobby. How do they look on the Nintendo card? Oh, they are absolutely just blobs. Ugh. Okay, let's get autofocus here. Yeah, so the bottom one has a bit more structure and the top ones are just like... you know, it looks like a leaf. The Wikipedia one has a more uniform leaves, I guess. And I do like the more uniform look. So I'm going to be working off of this, but not directly copying it. What was that? Oh, it's been an hour already. Alright, well... I think after I draw these leaves, I'm going to be taking a break. Seems like a good time for it. Alright, yeah, that one's similar, but like a lot wider, and the section's taller instead of wide, so I like that. Get rid of some of these scraps. And this one I'm making more left-hand lopsided. Yeah, that one's definitely a lot wider. But I think that'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to take a break now, because I need to get up and stretch. Yeah. Stick around, I'll be back in just a few minutes with more Hanafuda card making. See you in a sec. And I'm back. Hi. How are you? Let's get back to this. I just sketched out my 3 leaves here. Yeah, I think with all these corners, the X-Acto knife's going to be the way to go. Almost. It's just the corners, yeah. There we go. Oh, hey, this is the song that hopefully YouTube doesn't claim it's another song. There's one song from Big Giant Circles that YouTube, every single time I upload a VOD with this song in it, YouTube's like, oh, you're playing this other song by this other person that you've never heard of, and you can't look up who their music is, what their music is. Luckily, it hasn't taken down any videos, but I presume if I were large enough to be a YouTube partner or whatever it is, that they'd take all my take all my ad money away for copyright reasons. And I fight them every single time going, that's not what this song is. Hey YouTube, if you're watching right now, I'm literally displaying the name and artist of the song on the bottom of the screen. Take your robots and shove it. Also, YouTube, if you're watching right now, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. That goes for everyone watching. I do actually appreciate it. I look at the view numbers probably more than I should. And I love seeing a video get more views than the videos around it. So hey, if you like this video, actually a huge thing you can do, if you like this video, leave a comment telling me why you liked it. Because someone did that on a video recently, and it actually helped a lot with figuring out why certain videos are more popular. If you want to help out without leaving a comment, that's fine too. You can just, watch the video. Almost done. There we go. While I have the gray, I guess I can do the stem. Let's lay everything out to see how that's going to look. Probably about like that, with the chrysanthemum in front. Actually, this will probably be up more. Scoot this over so you can see it. Okay, so the stem should be coming up from here, but we're getting real close to where the clouds should be. So maybe we do drop this down a bit. And this, depends on how big the chrysanthemum is. How am I gonna do that? I haven't thought about... Do I just cut out 50 or so petals of different colors and put it together? Because all the petals need to be different sizes based on... where they are in the flower. Sorry, different shapes. I guess this is where the construction paper aspect really bites me in the butt. When I was figuring out what medium I wanted to do this in, I decided on paper craft because the cards I looked at were all like large shapes, simple colors, like flat one color in each area. And I'm like, oh great, I could just cut out construction paper in that shape. But I guess I never looked at the complex flowers like a chrysanthemum. So I could do one large yellow blob and then glue just the red petals on top, but that'll get weird with the areas that yellow has to go on top of red. So I would like cut... Can you see my mouse over here? No, let's fix that. Properties, capture cursor. Okay, so let's make this bigger so you can see the chrysanthemum. There's my cursor. So like for this petal here, I would, if I'm doing just the large yellow as one large object and then cut out red petals to paste on top, I would cut out this shape with this cutout in it, and then this piece would go on top. This would be the same base layer yellow as this and all the other yellow here. And I guess I could do that. Would that be easier, having to make complex red shapes? Would that be easier than cutting out a bunch of petals and just overlaying them? So the red petal here would actually be, I'd cut the outside and I'd go further back and then cut out a separate yellow piece to go on top of it, and then another yellow piece on top of that, and then the red piece on top of that. Like, that seems like a lot more work of cutting out all of these unique petal shapes, remembering which ones go where, gluing them down in order so they're layered effectively. I think cutting the individual weird red shapes, like this outer swoop and then inner swoop that's offset, cutting that shape and gluing it down and then drawing the black, because then I can kind of cut the inset swoop however I want, and then make the petal fit that shape, because I'm just drawing the petals on with Sharpie. I think I like that idea way better than cutting out 50 individual petals. And then I could do weird things like have all of this red be the same shape that I cut out. Although that would get tricky with all the jumps between where I'd go from. Every time I go from a black outline here, what's a good example here? I guess down here, the socket cup. When I'm drawing this black outline, it's going to be real easy because I just put the marker at the corner of the white paper and where the red paper connects to it. So the Sharpie just like rides along the edge of the red. But then once I jump up onto an upper layer, what the heck just happened? Oh. Once I jump up onto upper layers, kind of shakes the Sharpie and makes it a little wobbly, and that's kind of when I screw up a bunch. But yeah, I do think making the base shape of the chrysanthemum is going to be better. Okay. Let's do that instead of the stem, because I need to know how big this thing's going to be. How big do I want it to be? Like 3 inches by 3.5 wide, probably. That seems about right. Let's try that. And the outside edge is going to have all of the petals. Except the red one? No. How do I do that? Do I have a yellow background here? Or do I just have this just be the red petal? And the yellow, the total yellow shape comes from off the side here, down, and then follows up here? And actually I would place the red petal under it. So yes, that's what happens there. And then I come all the way down here. This red petal goes under the yellow. This one goes on top of the yellow. Or do I have... No, I have these be a connected shape. A connected shape that goes on top. So my yellow then just goes underneath here. And I guess I can just cut over like that. Oh, I don't know. Because up top here, it's going to be this bump, this bump. Let me cut this down. You're gonna have these bumps, and then it doesn't matter what I do with the yellow here, and then I'll come out like this, and then back, and then out, and kind of wave back and forth, because then the red goes on top and covers up all of the in parts. I guess that makes sense. But then once I have the outer yellow shape, building the inner red shapes that sit on top is... I guess I'm not drawing the inner structure of the flower yet. So I can draw the inner structure based off of what the red shapes end up being. Yeah, so for my yellow, I'm gonna not care about what's under there. Come out here. And I guess I should build the petals here because I don't exactly know where the sake cup is going to cover this. So I'm going to presume that we've got a yellow petal here and then the yellow one here. And I can go down to like here and then the red will cover it, so I can just cut over and go up. There, there, there. Okay, so I've got a basic structure. Alright, and then I decided on 3 by 3.5. So that puts us here to here. So about that big. That seems right. And I'm gonna build this straight on and then rotate it on the page. Can I rotate scenes or sources in here? Transform. Nope. Looks like I can only rotate 90 degrees. Oh well. So. I guess I draw the full outer outline, then decide which areas were red. Oh god, I don't know. So if the center's going to be like here, I can just draw that, because I'm going to cover it up. And then I can go... How many round do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-ish. So that's like 4 per quarter, plus a little bit. So these are too small. Start at the bottom, I guess. We got like the main, this petal here. Actually, a full outline boundary is probably the best way to go, so I can see about how large these need to be. probably make this a bit shorter. Like about there. Okay, so and then as we're coming up the side, these need to be drooping a little bit. Actually, these would probably be drooping a little bit more as well. That seems about right. Yeah, that seems like a good outer or outline there. So then I have a different number of petals. So the pattern of red, I can't just copy that. I'm just going to have to improvise a little bit. Probably means I need to draw. This one will come off of here. There's only 2 layers of petals in the back and 4 in the front. 3 or 4 in the front. Huh. Okay. So let's draw coming off of the center then. It has 7 going around. Getting larger, as I get to the front. Like that. Cutting just the red shapes out of this is going to be tough. But I definitely don't want to cut 50 petals. I don't like how that lines up at the top. How can I fix that? There, that actually works pretty well. Okay, that's not bad. So then I pick which sections are red and I cut out shapes that are as close to those as possible. And then adjust the petals to fit. That seems right. So the center is red, definitely. And then 3 from there makes sense. And then kind of just like sporadically around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 red sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They've got 13. But I think this looks fine. Maybe one more. Maybe this back one is red also. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how many petals did they... I'm not gonna count. I was gonna ask how many petals do they have total versus me, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so now I cut out red sections that are shaped similar to this. Which is going to be a little hard to do. Physical medium is hard. I wish I could just set this paper to semi-transparent and trace it. Alright, I got enough space up there. So, in the center here, I've got the center plus the 3 immediately next to it, plus the 2 outer ones. That can be one whole set. How the hell do I do this? I'm doing a weird thing where I can't just draw the petal, because I have to draw part of the petal, the outer part, and then cut inward where the yellow petal will overlap it. Alright, let's cut that out, see how it looks. I'll have to adjust the yellow flower based on what this does, but I think that'll be fine. And I'm not too worried about getting every single line perfect. Because right now it's all in pencil, it can all be adjusted. And the thickness of the Sharpie point will definitely cover up some mistakes. Alright, I've cut out my weird, like, wasp-shaped thing, I guess. And that's pretty good. I just need to adjust a few lines. Like, this petal will have to be thicker to get all the way here. But that's not hard to do. Otherwise, this is pretty good. Okay. And like this petal here, I think this will fit very well. What time is it? 7:45. Yes, I can keep going a little bit longer. Let me just check something real fast. Yeah, I can go a little bit longer. Okay. So let's finish making as many of these petals as I can. Okay, so I'm working on these two petals next. And actually, this helps because I can draw the pads of the previous the petals around it, and that'll help me create a guide, kind of. Where does this one go down to? Here. Comes out to here. Sorry, this is probably not great great to watch because I'm kind of just like peeking under and you can't see what I'm doing. But I'm basically just figuring out, okay, where is the line on the yellow page? Where does it need to be on the red page? I think this is it. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's cut this out and I'll put it right on top and you'll see exactly what I've been doing. Okay, that was a bit high. That'll have to be fine. I'll have to adjust that. Trying the best I can to not cut toward my own fingers, considering how much force I'm putting on the blade. Okay. So this should fit right there, and it's a little bit off. I'm going to have to change a few things here. So this pedal will have to come up a little bit more. This one is a little bit wider. But yeah, a few minor tweaks and it looks great. Let me mark the back of these with numbers so I can remember which pedal goes to which. I mean, this one's obvious, but when I'm getting to the individual ones, it's going to be a little tougher. You know, that's probably perfect. be great. You know, I'm gonna get a tray. Sorry for the noise. Let's get this tray to put things in. Because I'm not gluing these flowers down today. Or should I? Should I glue them so that they're dry next time? No, because I still have other sections to cut out. So I'll glue them next time, and then I'll cut out like the stem and the clouds. That was dangerous. Don't play with knives, kids. Always have a parent or guardian around before you play with knives. That was a joke. If you're going to be using a knife, ask a parent or guardian. Have them watch you. Because knives are very sharp. There we go. Only 3 more to go. That's close enough, I guess. I'm kind of redesigning these petals slightly. Yeah, so this will be wider. Hit this. This is number 5. Two more. This one here, and this one here. Maybe a little wider. Yeah, like that. And then this over here is the last one. That fits a little too well. I guess it makes sense. It's like the mirror of the other side. Yeah. Nope, not that. There we go. Alright. So that's going to do it for today's stream. It is 8:05. I gotta go. Have... Do I want to cut out... Do I want to cut out the yellow flower? Or do I want to spend next stream putting the petals on the flower and then cutting the flower out? I think that might be better. I don't know. I'll leave it until next stream, though. So, that's going to do it for today. I did not finish, but I knew that was going to happen. I didn't even draw every piece yet. I'm still missing... Let me get this back to normal. There we go. Yeah, I'm missing the clouds up here. I'm missing this flower and this stem. And then I haven't cut out the red pieces for this. But that's fine. That's where I'm going to leave it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I very much appreciate it. Coming up next on stream... There's the button. On Wednesday, I will be doing more Mario 64 speedrunning. I'm going to try learning some faster strats for the late game, specifically Bowser in the Fire Sea and Bowser in the Sky. Bowser in the Sky or Bowser in the Dark. I always forget which is which. The third Bowser. I'm going to learn faster strats for late game. Especially the last Bowser stage, because there are sections that I just sit and wait because I don't know a faster way. And then I'll do a few speedruns with having learned the new strats. On Friday, I am continuing my Pokemon challenge with my brother Glass. We're doing a Pokemon Emerald randomized Nuzlocke Soul Link. And if you don't know what all those words mean, that's fine. It's a lot. It's randomized, so all of the Pokemon in each route and for each trainer are random. Nuzlocke, so if we can only catch the first Pokemon in each route. If it ever faints, we release it and we have to name it. And Soul Link, which means my brother and I are playing two separate versions of separately randomized Emerald. side by side. The first Pokemon that I catch on Route 1 is linked to the Pokemon that he catches on Route 1. We must name them the same thing, and if either one of them faints, we both release it or put it in a box. So yeah, it's a very challenging mode, and we had a bit of a rocky start, but it was still fun. If you want, I highly recommend going back to the VOD on YouTube and watching stream 1 of it. It is a ride all the way through. Non-stop action. Yeah, some more of that on Friday. And then on Sunday, it's Games with Friends. I have finally figured out how to get Fortune Street on my stream. Fortune Street is a board game that was on the Wii. It is better known by the Japanese title Itadaki Street. It is a very long-running series in Japan. It only had one US release, or one English release. It is basically, what if we made a Monopoly game that was fun to play instead of being a political statement about capitalism? So it's a more fun version of Monopoly that's more forgiving in some spots, adds a few complexities, and yeah, it's very fun. I'm gonna try to explain it as we go through it, but it's a bit of a long game. It'll probably be a 3-hour stream, maybe a little bit longer than that. We'll see. And then next week on Monday, I'll be continuing this on Maker Monday. Cutting out more pieces, gluing everything together, and actually inking, hopefully. Thank you again, everyone, for watching. I very much appreciate it. If you're watching live, stick around. We'll find someone to raid. If you're watching the YouTube, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. If you want to help me out, you can follow me or follow me on Twitch. That's free. Or subscribe to me on YouTube. That's free. Both of those let me know that you like watching my content, my videos, my streams, and let me know what you like about it. Thank you again. I'll see everyone later. Have a good one.